Welcome to Rebel Ants Radio. This is our video podcast that we do every week, coming live. And this is our way of building in public and showcasing our journey as NFT creators, myself and my co-partner, co-host Miguel here. And we launched the Rebel Ants NFT project. Then we launched some Jeremy pets, which we'll talk about in a second. And we're getting ready to launch some V2 Rebel Ants, which will be Battle for the Colony is the working title. And that'll be really exciting to launch because we're going to use the power of AI storytelling to create this interactive process for holders that'll be rewarded based on the outcome of a live battle we do every week here on Rebel Ants Radio. So if you hold a Rebel Ant V1 or Jeremy, it's a bit of a kicker to get a bigger payout for V2. So this is your chance to get in while it's hot. Miguel, how are you today?
Great, man. How's it going?
It's good. I have a surprise for you.
Uh-oh. What's the surprise?
It's not a great surprise. But I'm going to show you. So I purchased jeremypets.com. So now when you go to jeremypets.com, it'll take you to the minting page. So we don't have to put that crazy link anymore from Bueno. So go to jeremypets.com and it'll take you to Bueno. So a lot easier to get people in.
I love it.
So the challenge with this is that it's a domain forward because it's going to the Bueno page. So it's hard to get that like metadata that comes attached, like when you share a link and you see the picture pop up, because it's not tied to that web address, but it should be a lot easier to give out moving forward. So to our 5 viewers, head over to jeremypets.com, grab yourself a free Jeremy pet, a not free Jeremy pet. You're gonna thank us one day for this. This is definitely financial advice.
Absolutely. I love it. I can't believe you didn't tell me anything about this.
I did it yesterday and I said, I'll fill 2 minutes on air by showing you this.
No, I like it. It's cool. I wish we could change the IO to the other one to .com.
Rebel Ants?
Yeah.
Someone has rebelants.com. I was thinking about getting Jeremy Pets IO as well, but I think Jeremy Pets could continue to grow into its own thing. So it's good to have the .com. Maybe there's toys one day. Maybe there's plushies. Maybe there's animations. We want to be legit. I don't want someone to steal the .com. It's a pretty good domain name, jeremypets.com. It's super easy, super clean. No, weird spelling of anything. Something's on rebelants.com that is pretty useless. Here we go. Just another WordPress site. This website is just a waste of space. So I don't know who's got it, but they're killing us.
Is there a way for us to try to get it from them or no?
I think there's contact on there. We could reach out, but people nowadays want like tens of thousands of dollars for a website. Maybe we'll offer them some free NFTs.
That's okay. We'll see what they want. We can reach out.
Yeah, that's right. But in the meantime, after you're done visiting jeremypets.com, you can head over to rebelants.io, which is our main website where you have access to all the other things we have going on. You can mint your Rebel Ant there for 0.01 ETH, which is about $20 right now, I think, the way that ETH has been shaken up. And yeah, we've got a lot happening over there. More to come as we build out the V2 ants and continue to develop the website. Each project will have its own website. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So take a look at it now, get a sense of where we're at, and you can join us for the journey. The other thing just to be reminded of is for every ant, every NFT we sell, we donate $1 to One Tree Planted, which will then plant a tree on our behalf. So this is our way of supporting the world, and we hope that you will support us and get a tree planted after you. You'll feel good about your purchase. Wow, Miguel, a lot has happened this week. What's top of your mind?
Oof, I don't know. There's been a lot going on in the NFT crypto world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can start with crypto if you want.
We can start with crypto. I think the biggest thing to you and I think the first crypto conversation you and I ever had was about XRP and Ripple. And I don't know, that must have been like 11 years ago in your apartment at some like Christmas party or something once upon a time. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, there was a ruling this week on the XRP token, which had been going on for a number of years. And so there's a lot of technical stuff in there I don't understand, but I think overall it was a win for cryptocurrency as XRP token was declared not a security, although there were some other issues involved in the lawsuit. But what are your initial feelings? What's your take on all this?
It's a huge win for crypto in general. I think it should move the space forward. 100%.
Yeah, it gives some clarity to certain things, right? Which is what we talked about in the last show with our guest Noah Bragg. And so just to quickly look at this article, we've got pulled up here from Investopedia.com. The title of the article, XRP token, not a security, but Ripple's institutional sales broke law. So just a reminder, XRP is the token. Ripple is the company that created and holds a lot of XRP, as they have a very long-term plan to release millions over time. But in a split decision Tuesday, they may have implications for future crypto regulation. A judge ruled XRP is not a security, but Ripple's activities were not entirely legal. So I think some of this has to do with the way that it was being sold and held, but the fact the token itself was not a security. So I think that's helping.
But I think at this point they're just digging.
Yeah, they didn't want to give up.
Just let it go
for so long.
That's it. But you know what? I wonder what this is going to do for some of the coins that are similar to XRP. You know, like I'm just wondering how is that going to affect the crypto market in that sector as a whole. Yeah. I mean, obviously Bitcoin and everything else shot up the same day that the news came out, but it kind of stabilized around the same price as of like the last couple of days, if you noticed.
Yeah, it stayed around 70 cents. It shot up from under 50 to over 70. I think at some point you and I were texting, it hit 82 cents. Which is cool, you know, as a holder, that'd be great. Just keep going up. But 82 cents isn't like groundbreaking or anything compared to what we've seen. We saw it over $2. At some point. We have a comment here from our friend Universal saying, "Saludos, and are you guys striking like the writers and actors? Justice for artists, fair contracts, and equal pay." When you say striking, I don't know what you think we're doing. I mean, I'm not striking the show. I don't know that would help anyone.
We're not striking.
Am I streaming content online to help pay them something? Hopefully that gets back to their pockets. Otherwise, if I stop streaming, I don't know what that does.
Yeah, that's true.
It takes more out of their pockets.
I love the streaming. I love this stuff.
Yes, streaming is good. So just looking at this article again, the why does it matter what the ruling was? The decision was much awaited among the cryptocurrency community, especially amid regulatory crackdown by the SEC on platforms such as Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken. Some experts feel that today's order may add more complications to the already unclear rules, while others expect litigation to come. For example, if the initial sales to institutional investors violated law, that violation was necessary for the legal secondary sales to occur, according to RIA lawyer, co-founder, and partner Max Stazo. So, yes, there are still some things to work out. Like you said, they're still digging on what they maybe what was considered illegal, but I think it's a good step for.
I think it's a great step. Are you still holding XRP or no?
Yeah, I haven't bought or sold since maybe 2018.
Yeah, me too. I know also that Coinbase listed it, right? Like right after.
They did. They relisted it, right? Because they stopped the sale once the litigation started a number of years ago. And it made it difficult for people who wanted to get into XRP. It made it difficult for them to get in. And I think the same day that the ruling happened, Coinbase listed it, which is, it's cool. It's a bit of an FU to them. Like, oh, we are ready to go. We are fully behind XRP. And
Coinbase too has got its share of problems with the SEC.
Yes, so. I think they're going after them too, right?
Yeah, I mean it's okay. They're going to continue to do that. But I read, was it yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, that the guy from the SEC, Gary, was resigning or something. Is that true? Did you hear about this or no?
I haven't seen that. I haven't been deep into the news the past 2 days, but that'll be interesting. That'll definitely shake some things up.
Yeah, I mean, whoever takes over the SEC has to be pro crypto, at least, or at least have some knowledge of it.
Yeah, being against crypto at this point is like, trying to change the direction of water. Like, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to be successful.
That's true.
It's the future of everything, I think. So,
better get on board. Everybody's applying for ETFs. That's the other thing. So, like we mentioned in our last podcast, like it's still going. Yeah, around the world. It's not just the U.S.
Right. And crypto is used all over the world. XRP has been used all over the world outside of everything that's been happening in the US. It's one of the maybe more useful cryptocurrencies we've seen in terms of helping bank-to-bank transfers and I think that makes total sense for a use case, because the way it works now is a very outdated system that could really use some injection of technology. Right.
Yeah. So think about it this way, right? The US has an outdated system, and we're pretty technology savvy, right? So think about all these other countries in the world that are not very technology savvy, that crypto is really making a huge difference, but nobody understands that in this side of the world.
Yeah.
Right. So it's important for people to know that crypto is really making a difference in other countries.
Yeah, it's so much of it is behind the scenes that I think it's hard for some people to grasp the value of it. And a lot of the use cases that I've seen, a lot of them are in theory, and a lot of the things that have gotten me excited over the past 10 years are theoretical, but as they've been put into place, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So we just need those things to come to light more. And it's already complicated to explain to someone how your Bitcoin wallet works or how the blockchain works. So to start adding the actual use cases probably is a little difficult as well, but we'll have to figure out a better way to get those messages across.
Yeah, it's the educational part of it. I think that 90% of the world doesn't really understand it.
Exactly.
If not more, right?
Yeah. Probably more.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, there's people that are in it just to make a game, and then there's people in it that are truly in it for the technology and what it can do and the value that it proposes, right? Like, I've been holding crypto since 2010. You know this.
Yeah.
And I've been holding strong, even through some cryings at night and right, but still holding. So
yeah, you're a better man than I, because I did not do a good job holding. I did not hodl. I did not diamond hand my coins. Pretty much all my Bitcoins are gone. I was paying off bills back in, 2012, and said, how could it ever get higher than 1,400 or 1,700? This is the time to sell and pay off some bills.
Yeah.
And
well, I'm not saying I didn't sell. I sold some. I took care of certain things, right?
Yeah.
Not everything. I mean, I did what I wanted to do with it. I'm just not a flashy guy. I'm not gonna go out there and buy the Lamborghini or any of that crap. It's just not what I do. But at the end of the day, I used it for what I needed, and that was it. And then the rest is there, just waiting.
Yeah. I think it'll pay off. I think we'll all be rewarded. Sorry, just adjusting the camera here.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. The big news from the NFT space this week, I think, fell around Ether, a new NFT drop. Do you want to talk about that?
The Ether drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got? Let's do it.
I got a lot of tabs. I've been bookmarking tweets all week and looking at articles, and
yeah, there's a lot of information out there.
There's a lot to dive into. So I'm going to share my screen here. The first thing we're going to start with is this article from nftnow.com called 5 Factors That Led to Ether's Paused Public Mint. So Ether has been a known project for almost 2 years now, and there was a way to get on the list, the allow list, through doing some sort of grinding over the past couple of years, and they were going to mint at 1 ETH. Now 1 ETH is expensive these days. You can look at the Azuki that had 2 ETH, but that didn't go too well either a couple of weeks ago. So Ether was saying 1 ETH. Okay, so then they dropped down to 0.65 as part of their addressing some public concerns. So here in the article, it says the initial asking price for each NFT in the public sale was 1 ETH, but was lowered to 0.65. Allow list members were offered a discounted price of 0.35 or a free option with a 10-week lockup. So that was the first change to the original plan, right? And then there was a cut in supply. So originally, the project aimed to launch with a supply of 10,000 tokens. However, on July 2nd, the team announced a reduction to 5,555 tokens, attributing this decision to current market conditions and sentiment. The adjusted token supply comprises the 5,555, with 3,678 allocated for the public sale, 1,627 set aside for the whitelist minting phase, and then 250 to be held in the treasury. And then in this article, you see the post from Ether, which, by the way, their Twitter handle of @Ether is pretty good. I wonder how they got that or how long they've been holding on to that. It's a very good name.
They got lucky.
They got lucky, yeah. In that same picture posted on the article, there's a response to that tweet that says, been following Ether since last year. This is the final nail in the coffin for me. Originally, I saw this as a founder who had high self-worth of the items in the collection at the price of 1 ETH. But after the price cut and now supply cut, I have little faith. So that is a sentiment we will continue to see. Now, the other challenge with this was the undoxed team. So the team behind this is still fairly undoxed. Despite not revealing their identities, the Ether team has cited founder V's previous experiences in the art and gaming space with Sony, Nike, and Epic Games. However, with increased transparency becoming increasingly important in the space, many NFT collectors prefer to invest in doxed founders, right? This is something you and I talk about every episode. This is why we do what we do. This is why we show our faces, give our names.
Yeah,
we are real humans. We're just here to share our experiences with others and try and elevate the space by showcasing other artists and personalities in the Web3 space. And so transparency is important to us because we've been rugged, right? We've been on the receiving end of
times.
Some bad decisions. So that's the challenge with the undoxed team. And then there was another aspect here of the time between the allow list and the public sale. Unlike many projects that immediately follow the whitelist with a public sale, Ether left a significant gap of over a week between the two. Unlike Azuki Elementals, which sold out in pre-sale and didn't make it to public, Ether left a majority of the remaining supply for the public sale. And then there's a vague roadmap. And I think we've talked about this as well, that roadmaps are maybe not the thing of the future anymore, right? There's just too much that's happening, too much changing every day, that roadmaps don't always hold true, and they're not always useful. So a lot of projects are just ditching the roadmap, right? Is that still your feeling on it too?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So that is an article that goes, that's from July 11th. Okay. Now we move over to some tweets here. I've got a tweet here from Matt in Web3. That's from July 9th. And says, stop scrolling and listen up. Ether held their public mint today and came under heavy fire from a market that wasn't very accepting of the ridiculous price. And then there's a response or a continuation of the thread that says the team simply failed to grasp market conditions. And this is something that was echoed as well, that, you know, they started this project in 2021 and they're still in that same mindset of 2021. And the NFT space is just very different than it was now, from pricing, from expectations to the speed at which things change. So yeah, I think they kind of missed the mark on that. And then the next post was time to adjust those unrealistic expectations. And there's a tweet there from vondoom.eth. Hey, Ether, time to adjust those unrealistic expectations a bit. After the shit show we've been watching for the past 2 weeks, the 0.65 was never going to fly. The art looks good, but an unknown team with no track record in this market, this hype game doesn't play, right? So that's on July 9th, right? This is before the rest of the mint happened.
Yeah.
So then we scroll over here, and now we see that the Ether paused their public mint due to no demand. So as an NFT collector, I don't like this, and here is why. This is what at KoukWeb3, KOUK_Web3. And so one of the responses he has here, instead, they could have initially reduced the mint price and made it accessible to everyone, right?
That's
so
true.
People were questioning, why did they do this gap in between the mints? Why didn't they do a pre-sale and then just make it publicly available? And that was a big concern for a lot of people. And then I've got a tweet here from Manny at Manny_NFTZ. And he says, Ether is in trouble. The public sale has been paused due to no demand. Only 5 NFTs sold on OpenSpace in the past 20 minutes. And this is on July 9th, right? So that's really bad, really bad. Why would they sell NFTs for 0.65 when they're available for cheaper? Because the initial sale was put up for sale for lower than that mint price.
Uh-huh.
And then someone said, I guess they are clear with building a luxury brand that mainly includes fashion, storytelling, and IP development, but IG, they failed with the timing. But I guess they failed with the timing. So again,
I don't even think
today versus then, just
I don't even think it's the timing. I think it's too that they just don't, like, they're not really saying anything at all. Like, they're not promoting anything. They're not saying anything. They're not saying why they're changing things. They're like they need to come out and show their faces. They need to say who they are, who the artists are, what is the purpose. Like, they really need to show something.
Yeah,
they're not doing that. And I think that people are up to that point that they're just fed up and they're just losing faith on some of the projects out there.
Yeah, you know, it's also probably draining to follow along something like this, right? Maybe you were invested in the beginning. And now you're just like, oh my God, like this just did not go well. And, you know, one of the things I read is that the goalpost keeps moving. And that definitely is what it felt like here. You can see here that at Jamser, Jampzer, he posted on July 12th, 1 year whitelist grinding and a $20 million ask just to receive mid art and shitty layering at Ether. So this is a picture of the art where we're saying the layering is all messed up, where there's a sword going through the neck of someone. So clearly it wasn't layered properly for that. But, you know, this $20 million thing just kept coming up. Is they made $2 million in the first sale, right? That's a lot of money for any project. But really, when they're saying there's 10,000 items at 1 ETH, which is about $2,000, that's $20 million. So what are they supposed to do with $20 million? That is, you know, big money for any sort of company, let alone this undoxed team that you don't know what they're doing with this money. So that was a huge concern, I think, for people, is that they're trying to get $20 million out of their project.
It looks like an Azuki Elemental.
Yeah. Well, it is in the anime art. This post here where it just says nail, this is one of my favorites. This is from at nhateth. And there's like, they're holding a ball that has like some see-through, and then you can see the nail on the hand behind the ball, whereas the nail would typically be on the back of the hand, right?
Wow, so they didn't even check the artwork.
Yeah. So this is just some more of those concerns that the art doesn't make sense. So that was painful to read. And then we've got a post here from at Crypto Kermit. There's so much uncertainty surrounding Ether right now, with many already calling it a rug. It's truly a shame to watch it go down the way it has. What are your thoughts on the project? And someone here said they had a botted account with all their tweets from the beginning having false engagement, which was a red flag. They shouldn't have removed bots just to get a real sense of the community and adjusted price and collection size based on this. So again, you know, it's easy enough to get bots, but when it's going to mess with the perception of the company and the engagement, it's pretty painful.
Again, it goes back to why we do what we do. I mean, this just shows how much is needed. Again, because it keeps happening.
Yes. Now, Ether has been posting periodically. What I think is interesting about the Ether Twitter account is that they've never liked any post. If you go to Twitter and you look at someone's profile and you go to likes, you know, there's usually a long history of things that they've liked. But on Ether, they have nothing that they've ever liked. That bothers me.
So, that's weird.
They kept posting over the past few days, okay, this announcement addresses the reveal in our changed mint structure, and then this is why we did this. So, you know, eventually they did mint out the remaining in the public sale after they did a Dutch auction, which was concerning.
So they fall for it.
Yeah, so they cut the supply. Then they were going to do a free airdrop. So this post from them in July 12th. So this announcement addresses the reveal and our mint structure. So they said, to address the price difference for our current holders who didn't participate in the new minting price, we'll be airdropping every one of them a free Ether capsule per Ether capsule that they held. So it's like a buy one, get one, right? And so that's cutting the supply as well, because now there's just less of those out there. And then they were going to do a Dutch auction for the pricing. So here's the details about the fair Dutch auction. And that ended up settling at 0.3 ETH for that auction. And it did mint out. But at 0.3, they also said they were going to change the creator royalty fees to 7.5 because they felt they needed to make some money. So that pissed off a lot of people. It's like, you're messing with the supply and you're trying to get more money out of us. Here's, you know, they want 7.5%. But then they changed that again, right? So first they came up with the 7.5, then they dropped it back down to 3.5 based on the sentiment. So it just feels like it's been all over the place. And now the floor price is 0.196. So somebody might have paid 0.65, somebody might have paid 0.3, somebody might have paid anything above that it was when it was for sale, and now it's 0.19. So it's almost like everyone has lost money on this. If that was why they got into it, to make money, if you got into it to hold, great, hold it forever. But a lot of people are just frustrated with the process.
Yeah. Looking at the artwork from here, it looks all almost the same. I mean, it's not the greatest.
Yeah, some of it's cool, but a lot of it, like you said, is not the greatest, or it's not unique. And I'm sure a lot of work went into it. Maybe, I don't know. But
yeah.
When you have those layering issues, how disappointed would you be if you got one that looked like the sword's going through the neck, or the nail is on the wrong side of the hand?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying that our ants are the greatest thing in the world, but I don't know, for something this hyped up, the art should have been checked, triple checked, quadruple checked.
Yeah.
And then put out.
Yeah. Now imagine if they were doxxed, somebody would be pretty embarrassed to say that they put their name on this as the artwork.
Yeah. It's not good.
So very unfortunate. The credit I'll give them was that they continued to adjust based on what was happening, right? If they weren't going to mint out at 0.65, then how do you not make a change? But they just kept moving the goalposts, and I'm sure that frustrated a lot of people who worked very hard to either get the money to purchase one or to get on the whitelist.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was frustrating.
It just seems like they're adjusting, but they're adjusting to their advantage. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, you're right. They keep trying to come out ahead versus saying, hey, we want the community to support us.
Yeah. Hey, let's support the community. Like, why wouldn't you support the community? You already built hype for 2 years.
I know. Yeah.
Unreal.
So, even on their OpenSea page, they don't even have their Twitter account here. What's up with that? I don't get it. They're too busy.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
No. Miguel, I saw something else that I thought might interest you. That Ape Fest was going to be held in Hong Kong.
I'm not going to Hong Kong. Do you want to go?
Are you going to go to Hong Kong?
Do you want to go?
No. No, but this website is awesome. I love this website. You see, you got this parallax movement. You got 3 different layers.
That's pretty cool.
You got the background, the Ape Fests, and then the ape at the bottom there. A lot of different layers moving. It's very cool. Ape Fest is going global. Join us in real life in Hong Kong, or join the experience online. November 3rd to 5th. Very cool website. So I admire that, even if I'm not a ape holder or would ever participate in an event like this. It's a cool website.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What would you go to a crypto event that's not like an NFT NYC? Would you go to like a specific project's meetup? Which one would you go to?
If Pudgies is doing something, I would want to be there.
Okay. Do you hold a Pudgy?
Or Doodles?
Doodles, yeah. Doodles
for sure.
Yeah, I feel you.
But Pudgies, I'm really interested in Pudgies now because of the the acquiring they did for that thing that they're doing with the animation, that company they acquired.
Right.
I'm just so interested to know like how they're gonna intertwine that with like streaming and everything else that's going on in the world.
Yeah, I've yet to see a NFT related piece of animation that has been said to have been coming for the past 3 years.
Plus, you know what too? Like the other thing with Pudgy Penguins too is that they keep coming up everywhere. Like I go on TikTok, I go on Twitter, I go on IG. Anywhere I go, there's like an animation of Pudgies. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they're good at what they do.
Or something, or even at work, like somebody showing me a GIF, or they'll send me a GIF and it's a Pudgy Penguin, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. You're like, you don't know what that is, but I do.
But I do, yeah. But it's crazy.
Yes, it'll be good. Maybe one day I'll be fortunate enough to hold something from their project, but for now, I'll just keep watching.
Yeah.
Can I show you this tweet that I found really interesting?
Sure.
This is from @Soheil Amadi 19. And he says, on July 3rd, I will present my Memes by Punk 6529's research paper at the DIFE 2023 concert at Concordia University in Montreal. And of 150 papers that will be presented over 2 days, ours is the only NFT Web3 paper. So in this Twitter post, there's basically a screenshot of the cover. And the name of this paper is The Non-Fungible Tokens Value and Volatility, Investigating the Role of NFT Artists' Legitimacy, Reputation, and Art Scarcity, the Case of the Memes by 6529 NFT Collection. So this is a very academic paper about NFTs. Unfortunately, we can't read it because it was presented behind the scenes, and somebody even asked if they could read the paper, but he said no. But I think he seemed like he'd want to find a way to make it publicly available. So I'd be very interested in reading this. But the little blurb here says, this study investigates the determinants of volatility and value of addition non-fungible tokens, employing a panel data set retrieved from the Ethereum blockchain and Twitter. So it just kind of talks about the impact of, or how NFTs are impacted, I think, by the culture of the sentiment of the community. And it's very interesting. I'd love to read a paper like this. So I'm going to keep an eye out. Hopefully it becomes available. But
what's the mystery behind it? Why can't they just show it?
Somebody asked about that. The author went on to say, more importantly, as far as my ongoing systematic review of the literature shows, there has been no research on the role of artists, their social media presence, and the legitimacy of their NFTs value and volatility risk. Moreover, memes have not been explored yet. Let me see if I can ask where somebody asked to read it. I'd love to read the paper once you can share it. He said 100% appreciate that. Somebody posted with a Roboto. I think he's a Roboto holder.
Was that you?
No. The author is a Roboto holder. Yeah, I can't find exactly what his response was as to why he couldn't share it, but
yeah, it's definitely interesting. I would like to read it too and see what his findings are. But again, like, this is his opinions. Like, we'll see.
It's true. It's true. It is his opinions, but it's cool to just see different takes on it. It's cool to see it in an academic setting where maybe there was some real research being done on it. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Miguel, is it that time?
It is that time.
It's time for Artist of the Week. All right, you called it. This week's Artist of the Week is, go ahead.
Is Alyssa Stevens, and we actually had her on our show. I think she was either our second or our third guest on the show.
Yeah, it feels like a while ago.
Yeah, Alyssa's doing some incredible stuff, man. She's very active across her social medias, between Twitter Spaces, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Very, very active. She's very genuine. She's very down to earth. I actually met her at NFT NYC, and she was pretty cool. She was also one of the speakers at the show as well. Her art is very abstract. She considers herself an abstract artist. We own some of her art, actually, and she's just she personalizes things very much. So this is what I really love about her. She seems like she puts her whole heart into her craft, and I love that about any artist, not just her. She's definitely one of the good ones in the space. Like, what do you think? What's your take?
I love the art as well. I think, you can look at a piece and maybe say, oh, that's Alyssa's, right? So I think she definitely has that specific look to her art, which is really great. Like you said, we're both holders. I was happy to get a piece of hers after we spoke with her, and she was kind of showcasing some of her projects. You're right. I think she is a good example of what an artist should be like in the space, especially because she doesn't even work just digitally, right? She is an artist. She's not just an NFT artist. And like you said, she personalizes things. I think she sends people thank you letters after they make a purchase of hers, which is a really nice touch. I think it creates that emotional connection between a buyer and the artist. And she's just a very genuine person, right? She shared with us, and I think she shared many times, how she was really trying to get Gary Vee to buy one of her projects. And she did a lot of work herself to get her level of credibility up that he wanted to. And he does own one of her NFTs now, which I think is cool to see that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Come to life for her. And like you said, she's very active online. I appreciate her building public sense and her vlogs, where she'll go on for 10, 15, 20 minutes on YouTube, just kind of talking about her experience at various events. So we're looking at her Twitter account here of @AlyssaStevens_. And then, it's just some really great work. Here's her holding a notebook. Again, she'll do it physically, and she'll do it through Procreate as well on the iPad. So just really enjoy following her journey. And it was nice getting to chat with her. So we will link to that episode for sure in the description.
She's definitely one of the good ones in the space for sure, like 100%. That she's basically embodies like what an artist should be in the NFT space, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so go check her out. We'll put links in the description here, but give her a follow, give her a watch on YouTube. Consider picking up one of her pieces. You will not regret it.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Nice. And I wanted us to circle back on our first artist of the week from this guy, Paul from Longshanks NFT, because, we had messaged him on Twitter and he didn't respond. And that was okay, right? And we said that even in our segment that he didn't respond. Yeah. But then once we posted this video and we tagged him, it got his attention and he seemed very grateful for us to recognize his work. So I thought that was cool. But he then said that he'd be happy to make something for us in that style of an ant. So he made 2 things, which he sent to us as an NFT. So you and I will have to figure out a way to give this away as some sort of thank you, as some sort of reward, maybe for, holding Jeremy's or something like that. We'll figure out what to do with it. But some of these were really cool. So I just want to show 2 of them here.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
An art on
I love the colors.
Yeah, just the color. And you can just see the detail in here. Again, I have no idea how he does this. I don't know if he's drawing every single stroke and line in here. But either way, it's beautiful, and I love this. But the other one that he sent is absolutely stunning. And I think he called it a Mayan ant.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I just love this. So he also posted a way that you could buy this or buy merch related to this.
Yeah.
So even though I'm the holder of this NFT right now, and we hope to give it away to a deserving member of our community, I still think I want to buy something with this because this image is just so cool. And knowing that it was made for us makes me feel really special.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I really love the colors. I just love the look of it. It just looks cool.
Yeah, it is very cool. And if you're listening to this and you want to see what it is, you can go to my OpenSea profile, which is, OpenSea.io/KVLVN. KVLVN is my profile. You'll see lots of outlaws there. Jeremy, a crypto chick. But you'll see these 2 ants from Longshanks. So
posted on Twitter.
Yeah, at Longshanks NFT. Whew. All right. What else we got, Miguel?
I think that pretty much covers today. I mean, we had some pretty good chats today about this Ether thing. That's what we really wanted to focus on today. And again, like the Ether thing, this is why we do what we do. It's just the doxing part is just needs to happen.
Yes, and I think every time we talk about a project like this, in my head, I'm always saying, okay, what can we learn from this, right? As 2 small people in this NFT space, 2 Rebel Ants, and what can we do with this information, right? What can we learn? How can we learn from their mistakes, especially as we're thinking about launching our next project for the Rebel Ants V2. So it's one of the reasons why we pay attention to the space and kind of help understand what that sentiment of the market is, and hopefully we can learn from those mistakes and not make the same ones.
Yeah, very important too. Today we launched 5 more Jeremys.
Yes.
So let's bring those up.
Yeah. Let's go to jeremypets.com. So this was what, number 11 through 15?
15, yeah. There they are.
All right.
So if you click on them, click on one. They are all personalized. They all have a name.
Nice.
Right? So which one's that?
This one? How do you pronounce this? Germelin?
Germelin, yeah.
Or like Germelin?
Germelin.
Germelin.
It's a German pet that resembles a melon.
Germelin
brings a refreshing twist to your NFT collection with its vibrant colors and play for nature.
I love it.
Collect them.
Ooh, somebody already minted one of these. Did you mint this one? Is this yours?
I don't remember. No, I only minted the green one. I really wanted the green one. And yes, I am minting my own art because that's what I do. I don't just take it.
Yeah, and there's only 20 of these. So this is your chance. You don't want to miss these.
Yeah. So that's Lumibug.
Lumibug, the luminous Jeremy pet, glows in the dark, illuminating your digital world and creating an enchanting ambience wherever it roams. I like it.
Yeah.
Number 14 is Bubble Muncher. Okay. Doesn't sound very PG. With a voracious appetite for bubbles, this Jeremy pet happily chomps on virtual spheres while radiating bubble-filled happiness. I love it. We got number
15.
Look, these are weird again. Look, this one says 14 up here, but 15 down here.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that.
I don't know what you broke, but here it says 15. So this is Slimester, a slimy but lovable creature. Slimester oozes charm and adds a vibrant splash of gooey goodness to your Jeremy Pet NFT collection. I do like this one a lot. I think this is one of the ones we posted a shorts of showing the drawing of it, and you can see like all the little bubbles being filled in. And then we've got number 13 or number 15. This is Pollen Fluff. This is starting to feel like a Pokemon game where we're just naming Jeremy's like Pokemon. Maybe they could each have their own powers and we can turn them into a card game like Pokemon. I'm just saying. This is why we need JeremyPets.com so we can go official when the time comes.
So I think I know why the numbers are happening the way they are is because of the way the cards are lined up. But the way that they're minted or they're put into the system is different than the way that the cards are laid out.
Interesting. Do you think we should reach out to Bueno for support and see if there's a way to get those aligned?
Yeah, we can reach out.
Okay, that'd be cool. So this last one here, Pollen Fluff. This Jeremy Pet resembles a floating ball of pollen, spreading colorful particles of joy and bringing a touch of springtime to your digital domain. I'm glad you didn't go with any COVID-related themes.
There's 500 of them, Kevin. We'll see what happens.
COVID's bound to hit somewhere within there. Yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see these come out and be useful for the next edition of Rebel Ants V2.
Yeah, it's a collection, so go out there and collect them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all like Pokemon. Listen, I love my Jeremy Pets.
I like them too.
So we waited 2 weeks to release this 5. I don't know if you want to wait another 2 weeks to release the next 5, or do you want to do it on a weekly basis? What do you think?
Let's not do it next week because next week we're going to have a guest. So if we wait another week, we'll have a chance to dive into them again like we just did here.
Yeah.
So let's wait another week. Next week, we are planning on having a guest, an artist. Her name is Talia, and we will be posting more information about her on Twitter. So keep an eye out for those posts so you can get a sense of who she is before she comes on the show. You can let us know if you have any questions about her process, her backstory. And I'm looking forward to chatting with her because she is a real artist. Yeah.
She does a lot of events and that kind of stuff with other artists. So it'll be pretty cool to talk to her and get some questions out of her.
Yeah, Talia Benitez. So we will dive deep into that.
All right.
All right. That wraps it up. Just a reminder, head over to JeremyPets.com or rebelants.io. Follow us along for the ride. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are at 910 subscribers. We need to get to 1,000, so we're very close. And in terms of watch hours, we're trying to hit 3,000. And when I looked earlier today, we were at 1,498. So we're almost at that halfway mark. And so I'm looking forward to us hitting that goal of being able to monetize our channel. Even if we only get pennies off of it, I think it'll be a cool milestone for us.
Yeah, it definitely would be a cool milestone.
Yeah. Well, we will do this again next week, Sunday, probably around 8 p.m. instead of this 5 p.m. We appreciate everyone understanding the change in time. And we will talk to you then. Have a great week, Miguel.
Have a great week, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Bye.